Welcome back to the Premium Advantage. Today, we've gotten a lot of development and a lot of progress with regards to our episodes, okay? So, one of the things that we did out of the feedback that we've been getting, we removed the computer. Bye-bye, computer. If you go back to the other episode, you look back, you're going to see that little computer there. That is now gone as a part of the efforts to open up the environment so that people can see more of here, as kind of blocking the limited area that we have. You know what I mean? So, challenge accepted. Now, with that said, the first thing that I wanted to mention was the memberships that we have available for you guys. If you live in Texas and you are an entrepreneur and you are listening to this podcast and you're interested in what we're saying, I would say look at the descriptions, look at the memberships that we have available. We also have individual, families, and some customized versions. Now, having said all that, what I would like to now do is introduce our co-host for today, Mr. Jacinto.
Howdy, everyone in podcast land.
And Miss Heidi Agajani.
Hi.
AKA Nurse Heidi. AKA at Alchemy Med Spa. How do you spell it? It'll be in the descriptions below. Okay. So, welcome everybody to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
The first thing that we wanted to get to do is talk to Heidi and get to know Heidi a little bit better, so that our viewers can get to meet you, get to see what you do, get to maybe experience it even.
Yes, that's even better. We can do that, definitely.
But before we do all that, what I wanted to do is get to meet you, get to see who you are, where you're from, where you've been, what you've been doing.
So I am a nurse first and foremost. I've been a nurse for 17 years now.
Oh,
about 10 years ago, I got into aesthetics, and that is my passion today. So aesthetic medicine is what I do now.
Okay.
It's growing. It's expanding every year where you come out with some new things.
Oh, new things.
So it's definitely probably the future of medicine, I think.
Awesome.
I gotcha. Now, when it comes to the future, one of the things that I like to do is think about the past. Okay. So in that thought of the past, one of the things that I wanted to just discuss, like, how long did it take you to go to school? What was your struggle to take yourself through this challenge of education?
Challenge? Well,
yeah, because do they let just anybody do what you do?
No.
Okay.
Well, let me say this.
Okay, go.
Anybody can learn to do what I
Sure.
do, right?
Anyway, but there's a proper way,
Right.
right?
But just because you learn to paint doesn't make you an artist, right?
Okay,
So,
sure.
anybody can learn.
Okay.
But to do what I do, you do have to be a medical professional, number one. So you have to go through all that.
Okay, no, that's
So
that.
school,
School,
college,
okay.
nursing school.
Okay.
And then after you're done with nursing school, then you can decide really like what path you want to take.
I gotcha.
I took actually the path of being a bedside nurse, but after being a bedside nurse for a couple of I decided to go into aesthetics.
What's a bedside nurse?
A nurse you see at the hospital.
I gotcha.
That takes care of you.
In a hospital, most hospitals have bedside nurses and things.
I hope they do, or else.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha. In hospitals. Okay, here in Houston?
Here in Houston, in the medical center.
Gotcha. Okay.
I worked at a trauma hospital, and then I went to a children's hospital.
From trauma to children.
Yes, and I just recently retired as a bedside nurse.
Oh, recently?
Okay. Now I'm an entrepreneur.
Congratulations.
Got a membership.
That's awesome.
Got a membership.
Look at the memberships.
That's awesome. Can you talk to any females out there, little girls who would think about doing what you do, and maybe give some tips or some ways that they can, not I want to say cut corners, but maybe things you've learned to save some time to get to the to where you're at?
So to get to where I'm at, honestly, I've learned a couple of lessons. Number one, you can't listen to anybody.
I love that. I love that.
You cannot let anybody slam the brakes while you're trying to accelerate. That is not going to work.
Yeah.
You also have to be willing to lose money.
Okay. Oh,
That's
okay.
just,
yes. Yeah.
Listen, training costs money. Sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes it's not. You have to be willing to lose some money to make money.
So more like investing in yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Spending in yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I've also learned that there's enough room for everybody. I don't look at people as competition. I look at them as my colleagues within the same industry.
Getcha.
There's enough business for everybody. And if you choose to not compete, you're not going to compete. You just have to have your own thing. And that's the other thing. You have to have some sort of talent for it. You can't just come into the business, which a lot of people try to do.
Okay.
But it's just not going to work. So you have to have some sort of talent for what you're
Some
doing.
of the passion and the talent, or
and
talent,
the talent
as
too.
well.
How would you?
I mean,
How
your
do
passion will
you
bring
know?
talent.
How
Yeah.
do you know
Yeah.
that you have talent? What would be some ways you say, hey, people are telling me that they want more, like, to guide you to ask for folks. I can do this. Nobody's telling me, but I keep offering it to some degree. But
Well, honestly, feedback from your clients too.
Okay.
I mean, you have to have a pretty good eye for symmetry. You have to have an eye for beauty, right?
Gotcha.
But beauty's everyone's definition of beauty is
a little
different.
different.
Sure.
I didn't honestly know I had talents
Mm-hmm.
or I was good at what I did. I knew that I had something.
Okay.
But I didn't know I was good at what I did until somebody flew from New Jersey just for me to do
Oh, how
a
intriguing.
procedure. So I kind of stood there when she told me that she only flew for me. Like,
Yeah. Wow.
am I that good? Like,
Awesome.
is this real?
We need people to come and fly for this
for your,
podcast.
for your podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Who wants to fly and get over here?
Come
Well,
on
they
down.
might be like, are you flying me? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have to have some sort of talent too. You just can't, hope that you're
Yeah.
good. You have to, I mean, passion will bring
Yeah, sure.
talent, So
Okay. What brought your curiosity? There was something in you that said, let me go in this field in particular.
Well, I first started as a first assistant to a plastic surgeon.
Oh, okay.
So when I saw him doing a lot of these procedures, I was like, I need to learn this and I need you to teach me.
Oh.
And he said no.
Oh, what? Blocked?
He
But some of
did.
those,
By the man?
but some of those
Said
roadblocks
no.
are some of the best things. When people tell you no, that's going to
Oh,
inspire you
yeah.
even more.
You're gonna tell me
Yes.
no?
You know, that's what David Letterman would do. The host.
Yes.
If a comedian would tell him on the street, or anyone, it's a comedian, how do I do? He said, don't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely don't. And they're like, what? David Letterman just told me to quit comedy. And he's like, the reason I tell you that is because if you really want it, you'll be like, I'm going to show him. And I go do it harder, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I love that.
He was like, no. And he kept telling me no.
Yeah.
So I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to quit. And he said, well, you can't quit. I really need you. I said, well, I really need you. So we kind of made this bargain.
Oh, you bartered. Wow.
Love it.
I'm a hustler. What can I say?
Love
Okay.
it.
But we
Love
made
it.
this bargain that
Yeah, okay.
I would do his surgeries with him and he would teach me.
Okay.
But it wasn't just that. Like I've flown for training.
Oh, you've also done flying for
I'm
training. Wow.
flying to Dubai next week for
what?
For
Nice.
training.
Dubai.
Yes,
Training.
because there's
Cool.
a doctor
Tax,
there.
tax deductible.
See,
Tax
I need
deductible
you.
trivia if you're gonna go.
But yeah, because there's a doctor there, and I want to know how she does what she does, so I have to go see it.
Have you been to Dubai before?
I have. I love
Can I
it.
ask you, how is being a female in Dubai? I've heard that can sometimes be odd because of like the clothing you're supposed to wear in certain places.
Honestly, Dubai isn't that bad. If you are dressed skimpy, the locals will kind of look at you like,
Skimpy,
you might feel
define
uncomfortable.
skimpy.
Yeah,
Where's
skin-
skimpy?
what-
Like
yeah,
up to
that's
the
what I was
knee?
wondering.
Where it's showing your stomach, where
Gotcha,
your
gotcha.
tits are sticking out.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You might be uncomfortable by looks.
I see.
But honestly, Dubai has a very live and let live mentality.
Okay.
So you don't bother them, they don't bother you. They sell alcohol, but
Oh.
it's going to be like in this section that's like
What the drunks are?
exactly
Yes.
also
The drunk
known as
session.
for non
Directly landed at the airport.
Yes.
My friend Heidi
Yes.
told me you guys have a
Where is
drunk
the liquor
section.
No, they do, and it
Take me there.
literally says
Wow.
for non-Muslims.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you
Wow.
want bacon, they'll tell you like, oh, you have
I mean,
to
but
go outside to
is
the
bacon-
left because
but
they
then-
separate
Bacon's to the left.
everything.
Got it.
Yeah.
Would I really want bacon in a place that doesn't really appreciate the bacon? You know what I mean? The fluid there for
Bacon
me.
and liquor,
Surprise.
man.
That's what I'm saying. The liquor I figured would last a little longer. I'm thinking that they're bringing these pigs from a while.
I mean, you'd be surprised. I hear the British eat anything, so
Oh.
they might be like,
So they have to cater for the vacation folks.
exactly,
Okay,
they're
okay.
on holiday.
Love it.
I'll drink
Yeah.
anything.
But yeah, I bargained to train, and I just took my training
I like it. That's awesome.
everywhere. And funny thing is that there's actually a med spa here in Houston.
Oh, I
that
see.
I tried to go work at,
Oh, really? That's all you know?
and
Go on,
they
Megan.
told me no.
Oh,
There it is again.
bam. How many
Love
times did Michael Jordan get told him no? Several.
Tons.
Yeah.
Tons. He
I've
got cut
been
from
told
his
no
high school team.
several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring. I love it.
Very
And now you're doing
inspiring.
your own thing, and it's so much better, right?
It's
had you
so
gone
much
through
better.
that. When
You
you
have
were
your
watching,
passion.
yeah, go ahead. When you were watching, was it one of those things where like you were saying, I could totally do that as he was doing it, or was it
Yes.
one of those things like I want to learn how, or were you just like,
Well, when he first did it, I was just so amazed at how the women felt afterwards.
ooh,
Even the men.
that's an interesting point.
Even the men.
That's an interesting point.
Like that feeling to me was intoxicating. Like I wanted to experience that all the time.
Interesting.
So I started to really look more into aesthetics
Hmm.
and why does it make people feel like, why if I put a little bit of this here, why do you feel like you're on cloud nine? Like why?
So why? Tell
But
me.
it's-
Yeah, why? What do you think?
It's really because we all carry around a complex about ourselves, no matter what it is. Men have it too. A lot of
I don't
men
got no
have it.
complex.
Listen, I have so many male
I
clients.
got no complex.
But even just a little bit of like a tweak here and there,
Yeah.
it just makes you feel so much better about yourself. Like your self-esteem boost. I have people message me all the time. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. And I'm like, it's really what you have inside. I'm just helping you bring it outside. That's
There you
it.
go. Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, a lot of people have told me, no, you know who you are.
Shout out.
Shout out to you. Thank you. Actually, I should thank them, honestly.
No, for sure.
Yes, for
Absolutely.
Because if they had told me yes, I'd be working for somebody else right now.
And you should take some of those and talk to them and see if you can make them the testimonials. That would be really cool.
Yeah. So for me, I saw it as this is what I want to do. Now, let me say this. 10 years ago when I
Okay.
started, it did not have this glam factor it has
Okay.
now. So now people like look at injectors as like a celebrity.
Oh, really?
What
So
was
I
it?
have people come and like want to take pictures with me and I'm like, why?
What was it like 10 years ago?
was
What
just
was
a
what was the
job.
difference?
It was just a job. Like I
really?
think there was 7 injectors
So now
here
there's
in Houston.
luxury attitude getting
There's
this.
like a glam factor
Glam,
involved.
that's what you mean by glam.
So
Gotcha.
there's like a, like people are inspired even more now. And,
Yeah.
and now everybody wants a piece of the business.
Oh, really?
So,
Wow.
yeah. But back then, I think there was 7 of us. We all knew each other, but we were still all
Now
know
you got to
each
fly to
other.
Dubai.
How many are there? How many are
latest-
there now? You think?
Oh,
in
there's
Houston?
one opening every day.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea.
There's a new injector every day.
Wow. And that's why folks have to be really careful and make sure that
Very
they're doing what they're doing.
Correct.
That,
right,
that
right.
brings me to something I was always wondering is that I only know or I've heard of so many horror stories about like
I'm sorry, what kind of stories?
horror.
Oh, okay.
Horror.
I was just
Gotta be
I've heard
careful
of
with
horror
making
that.
sure we were
stories,
going
too.
in the direction.
Story.
It's about to be a total different show right now.
Yes. Stay tuned. We're gonna get to that in a moment. But horror stories about like cement, like rubber
Oh.
cement.
Yeah.
Like there's
Oh,
all these
what? Yeah,
weird
yeah, I've heard,
chemicals
but-
that people are sticking to their bodies and they get
Yes.
super sick. I mean, obviously, like rubber cement.
Yeah.
How does it get to that level?
So
It's fascinating to me.
there's a lot of places outside of the United States that does silicone injections.
Okay.
A lot. And when they come back to the States, unfortunately, we cannot dissolve them and I cannot fix it. They have to be surgically removed. So
Okay.
I'm very good at spotting it now. And I'll say, did you get this done in a different country? And they're like, oh, yes. I'm like, okay, let me tell you what it is. However, there are places here in Houston
Oh,
that
really?
have injected people with silicone.
Yeah, like I feel like I've seen it on the local news. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's that prevalent.
Yeah.
What would you say to folks that are interested in doing that? What can they do to like research and see if they're
To make the right
qualified,
decision.
right? To make
Well,
the right decision.
Yeah.
I mean, first they have to have a physical place. Don't go to Airbnbs and get
Oh, okay.
injected.
Don't go to nobody's house and get
Oh,
this
is
done
that
at
what they
nobody's
were
house.
doing?
Yes.
Don't
How
go
are
to
you
people's
comfortable
houses.
Doing that.
Don't go to hotel
I mean,
rooms.
like I think sometimes folks rationalize it as I'm just gonna cut my own hair. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
guess
It's just
so.
gonna be right here.
right.
Just a little something.
It's just
Off the top.
something. Yeah.
And then
Look
with the
at their
knife cutting.
website.
Yeah.
Look at their
Okay.
website.
Okay.
Make sure they
oh,
have
look
a
at the
doctor.
website. Oh, okay.
I mean, you
Gotcha.
have to be. This is your face.
So, right, your cousin that used to work at the place that had the stuff
that has a friend.
that has a friend.
Yes.
Oh yeah, don't go to her.
Don't go to her.
Gotcha.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah, and actually, there's a case right now of somebody in Houston. Her and her boyfriend, no medical training, were doing injections without any paperwork, nothing, for people at $300 or something. First of all, if the deal is too good to be true,
Oh, gotcha.
question
That
that.
should tell you.
Gotcha.
Right. You
That's
get what you
true.
pay
Oh,
for.
I've
right?
learned that
got
lesson.
arrested in Vegas for doing the same thing in Vegas.
Wow.
Like, it's scary out there. You got to be very careful.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, great. That's
I know I don't have to concern too much. I know where I would be going directly. When that time comes, then I'm like,
time is now,
yeah,
sir.
you got me, Heidi, you got me.
yes.
That time is now, sir.
There it is. There it is. right now. We're gonna do this live injection, folks.
Oh, well, do you guys do? Is that something that you guys would do? Would be something that you guys tape all the time? Well, I see the videos. You guys would be willing to do
We
something
have a
like
lot
that?
of taping,
Oh,
but so we are in the process of getting something patented.
Oh, how
Very cool.
fun! How exciting!
Thank you. So
Yeah.
Something, and you say what or?
it's a technique.
Oh,
Even better.
Yes.
Even better.
So
intriguing,
our
a
taping is very
technique.
minimal right now until
Yeah.
that patent passes
That's-
because we
that'd
can't
be
have
fun.
anybody taking
Sure.
our technique.
Sure.
No, I would be interested in being
So-
one of the first people that watch this after the patent is all finished up.
Yeah, we will definitely have you come
Oh, okay,
see
okay.
it. But
Yeah.
Got it.
We gotta get that.
Got it.
We
You
gotta
might be our
record that.
first.
Patent
That
first.
should be great.
Patent.
To get
Like
the
it.
Heidi.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just patent pending.
I like it.
But yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
That'll
we
be
don't
fun.
do a lot of recording anymore. We do have a lot of before and afters,
Yeah.
as you see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of people that want to record themselves for their own social media. I have
Gotcha.
a lot of social media influencers that come.
Oh, how fun. How
So
exciting.
they're only allowed to record in certain areas because
wow.
we can't give it all away for free.
Sure.
Got it,
No,
got it,
absolutely.
got it.
Yeah, that's why we took the labels off the water bottle.
Exactly. You can't let them know what kind of water you drink.
That's exactly right. The good kind.
Secret.
Houston's finest.
You get
Houston's
nothing.
finest.
Get nothing. How exciting. All right, cool.
That's a
cool.
smooth transition into your Instagram.
Yes.
What is it again for the folks out there?
At Alchemy Med Spa.
Alchemy Med Spa. So I'm looking at some of it right now. It's extremely fascinating to me as I'm looking at it. Like this, I'm looking at some lips here, and the
Yes.
person has a mole on, and so you can see what I'm looking at, folks. But I love how you can see the difference. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, night and day. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's, I mean, a little bit of definition, a little bit of plump makes you look more
A
youthful.
little bit of plump.
Just a little bit of
I'm
plump.
curious
I
about
like
the
that.
piercings on the lip. The third one is now.
That came before me.
Okay,
She already
okay.
came with piercings.
Oh.
Yeah.
see.
I don't do piercings.
Oh, you don't do
No,
piercings.
but an interesting question you bring up is if someone does have piercings, do you work around that? Do you have to take
we
it
just
out?
work around it. They don't have to take it out necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but it all depends on how much we enhance. Also, if we enhance a lot, the pressure might even push it out.
Oh.
So, I mean, if it's like one of those that goes like straight in,
Yeah.
but it all depends on the client if they're comfortable leaving it in.
Now, what is this? The nose. What is the before and after? I'm trying to see. It's like the
So
lump.
Yeah,
The like
the
lump is
nose
gone or something.
Actually, yeah. So if you see the little hump that she has,
Yeah.
that's gone. And how we did
Wow.
that actually is with this thing called PDO threads.
Huh.
Video threads.
It is non-surgical.
Wow.
It will last a good year and a half, 2 years.
Wow.
You don't have to go under the knife anymore for a
Yeah.
lot of things. So that's
that.
really
Super. And then on the lashes, I'm curious about the lashes. Like,
So,
or I guess it's the brow.
yeah. What we did
Oh,
there
okay,
was
that's the bottom one.
actually a brow lift,
Brow
and
lift.
that's with PDO threads as well.
Oh, I
Did
see.
she
It's
have
like
an
a little bit
eyebrow
up.
ring?
No,
That's just where the
that's just
injection
where
was.
that's just where the thread went.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, but you can do a lot. And actually, I have a lot of male clients for this too. Out of respect,
Yeah.
because I know how you guys are.
Yeah.
We don't post a lot of men.
Oh, really? But
Yes.
what would you say is the proportion of men and women that you get? Like,
About 70-30.
oh, wow.
But
Okay,
I will
so it's a
tell
good
you,
number.
the male clientele is growing.
Gotcha.
Big
What is it? Is it the face on? Like, they do it typically, or do
We
they?
do a lot of Botox.
Like, where, though? It's my curiosity.
High up.
Oh,
for you
high up.
guys. Yeah.
Oh.
High
That's
up
where
on the
guys get it mostly?
forehead. And here.
Gotcha.
We call these the 11s.
The 11. Oh, yeah,
11s?
yeah. I gotcha. Okay, okay.
We do a lot of men right now.
Yeah.
Threads. And actually, I've done several men want their lips enhanced too.
Oh, really?
That's
It just
interesting.
makes them look younger.
That's
Oh, is that what they're going for?
younger. Gotcha. Not okay.
Now, do you know what alchemy is? The word alchemy.
Yes.
So why did you call it alchemy med? Like, how did that?
Well, I just like the thought of that transformation, that movement, and that's what I believe we're doing. It's just this enlightened transformation that we're doing. So, if you think about it, like we're all alchemists in some way,
Sure.
right?
I know. Whoa.
I just
look
shaved
at
my
that.
beard, so I can't do that. But
I'll do it for the both of
thank
us.
you.
You
Thank
can
you.
do it for me too.
Yes.
Just my hands.
Triple
Make
it up.
sure I
Love
get
it.
all the way around.
Yeah, because for folks who don't know, if you want to Google it or if you don't feel like it, but alchemy is a practice that they did a long time ago of trying to turn metals into gold.
I love how you put trying to
trying,
turn. I was
because-
like, I hope he's not gonna define it.
Well,
as they used to do it.
I mean, I'm not sure if they were successful or not. Maybe they were.
I don't
yeah,
know.
right.
Well,
the word came up.
Okay, so what I know for a fact is they were successful recently doing it, but it took a tremendous amount of energy.
Yes.
So the cost
Right.
was way more than it took to make. But people like Copernicus and
Yeah.
like Newton,
Yeah.
I mean, some very heavy mathematicians
I tell you
were
what,
trying
go
to do
ahead.
it.
Now, interestingly enough, and this is off topic, but it is about transformation. I just saw a recent episode or news article that they were transforming plastic back into gasoline. Yes,
Nice.
I know. I look it up. I guess I look for the descriptions, and and I'm reading it. And I'm going, smells fishy.
Nice.
But so I just read it up, not even a couple of days ago. So that's
They're getting the
intriguing.
plastic from the ocean. That's why it smells fishy.
they are
Thank you very
they are
much.
scooping
Come
it
see
up.
me.
They are scooping it up. Oh, they are posting it in the Galapagos Island, and I was curious about. Yes, in Ecuador. I'm from Ecuador, so I was in tune for that, and I thought, oh, that's intriguing. That's all in the form of transformation conversation, by the way. Tangent line.
Nice.
Back in.
So were you Googling plastics or?
No,
gasoline?
my dad sent it. Which, by the way, I also do believe. I don't know if he stopped by your place or not.
Your dad?
Awesome.
Yeah. Can
Shout
you
out to Big
disclose?
Papi.
I don't know why I
Actually,
think
I
he's gone.
cannot
I think he has. I'm not 100% sure.
All
Sometimes
of our
he just
clients are protected.
looks.
Nice.
Well,
That's
that's
important. I think that's very important.
You can tell me after the cameras are off. It's cool.
Yeah, all of our, we don't post any full face, nothing.
Oh,
I know
okay,
a lot
okay.
of places do. We do not. I'm very
Yeah, no,
old
he
school.
boasts on it.
He
He's
bo-
like,
yeah,
I
he's
got it
probably
done.
like, I got this done. Yeah.
No,
but
but that makes sense. That's exactly what, like you said, everyone is a bit of an alchemist.
Yeah,
Everyone's
we all
looking to,
are.
wow, transition, especially right now with the whole New Year's resolutions thing going
Yeah.
on. Like it's the transition time of year.
completely
Is it seasonal for you?
very much. Right now,
Oh,
we're
when
very
is the-
busy.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Because, everybody has that new year, new me mentality.
For sure.
Correct.
For sure.
Right. Everybody's in.
But oddly enough, I think it's been steady for a while.
Okay.
Like I can't tell you one off month.
How did COVID affect you?
COVID. So we actually opened up right before COVID. So when I
Oh,
opened,
really? Like right as soon as
Yes.
wow.
Timing.
So I opened February 20th
Oh,
of 2020.
right there. Right. You were looking for traffic to come in. Looking for traffic.
March. What was it?
1 month
5th,
later, yeah.
8th.
Yeah.
We had to shut down.
Wow.
Because of quarantine.
Wow.
So of course I had
What a
spent all
battle.
this money.
Wow.
I had all this stuff,
Yep.
all this product,
Yep.
and I had no clients.
It's like COVID told Heidi no.
Yes, and
What?
of course I was too new to get any like
Sure.
assistance,
Yes,
like
correct,
PPP,
waract.
whatever. That was not going to work for me.
PPP,
Gotcha.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Like-
why you need Roberto. If you call it PPP like me. But yeah, so I was like freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
And then May 20th, we were told that we can reopen.
Oh, okay, May 20th, right? Two
May
months
20th.
later. Yes.
So about 2 months later.
Wow.
And still people weren't coming.
of course,
though. So I
right.
was
Still
like,
the
okay,
heat.
We need to
Well,
do
but Texas was
something.
barely getting the heat.
Yeah. So I was like, we need to do something. We need to do something to bring people in. And I started researching.
Oh.
Researching what do med spas offer? Like,
What do they offer?
And I realized in Houston, we all offer the same thing.
Sure.
It was just the same thing. Like, okay,
Right.
come get this, a full syringe of this,
Yeah.
Botox for $12 a unit, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So I researched Europe.
Oh,
What do
you
they do in med
look at
spas
you.
in
How
Europe?
intriguing.
So I realized in Europe, they offer filler, like enhancements,
Yes.
at half increments.
I see.
Okay.
Much
We
lower.
were not doing that here.
What were we doing
Like
here?
you were paying for a full
Yeah.
syringe, even if you use this much of it.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha. Everything's bigger in
So-
Texas. They give you the full plate at the
Yes,
restaurant.
but
It's
you
like, you too much food.
But even if you were not using
you
it, they
still
were still
pay it.
charging you.
Wow.
And the only time they would give you a small amount of it is
Yeah.
if you just needed a touch up.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I decided, you know what, I'm going to bring that here. So I created the mini lip fill.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And nobody was offering it when I first brought it
Gotcha.
out. And it took off like fire. Because
course.
what happened was everyone that maybe thought about getting something
Yeah.
done.
It's like
or-
it's like an edge up. Like when you get a haircut, it's like an edge
try
up.
it,
It's
but
right
I don't want
here.
to be committed.
Yeah.
Genius.
They all came. to
Super
do
good.
it.
Yeah.
So our clientele went from
Yeah.
20 in May
Yeah.
to now we have 1.9 thousand clients
Wow.
right now. That's
Look
our
at you.
that's our
Okay.
That's our client base.
I
right
love
now.
it. I love it. Now, you know what's funny? Then it's a different problem. Then
Yes.
it's how do we manage and how do we help these
What a
keep all
great
these
problem
clients
to have.
happy and in new clients and in expanding.
Well, that's the part about offering something other people don't.
Yes.
Bringing that to the table.
Right,
You
right.
have to be, I had to be willing to lose a little money in my products.
Of course.
To
Yep.
bring people through my door. And I did. I mean, we did. Because sometimes, I mean, I was a little too, heavy on the hand. I gave a little bit more than, the small increment. But
Okay.
I had to be willing to take that. But now if you call any med spa in Houston and ask for a mini lip fill, they have it.
She called it the Heidi lip.
I should have.
Patent that.
The Heidi lip.
But yeah, so I mean, we kind of changed the entire med spa industry here in Houston
I like it.
Awesome.
because now everybody has to offer it.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to. No, if you don't got it, I don't want it.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
And actually, somebody, I love my clients because they always look out for me.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
always
okay,
like,
good,
oh,
good,
you
good.
did it Instagram live 2 hours after or 3 hours after you did it. These other injectors did Instagram live.
Yeah, really? They
Like,
follow your lead, huh? Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Look at
they
that.
literally send me stuff like you did this. Now,
Now
look
everybody's
at her.
gonna
And I'm like,
follow you.
oh, it's fine. I take it as a compliment.
And when you're
But-
the main one saying you don't want to be competitive and you want
Right,
everyone,
but
Yeah.
other,
but other
people
folks are like egging
yeah.
you on.
Yeah,
That's
but
fascinating.
I'm like, it's a
Intriguing.
compliment. It's a compliment. But she
Sure.
sent me this email from an injector because
Yeah.
she had sent them an email like, I don't want too much. I only want this much. And they were like, no, we don't sell, small increment
Yes.
of filler. You have to get the full syringe. And then after we kind of took off with our mini lip,
Yeah.
she sent me their new email that says we now offer
Offer
mini
mini-
lip.
Look at that. Look at that.
So yeah, so
good.
I mean, it actually works out for everybody. People should have
It does.
choices.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and that's what I'm saying. Like when you open up a business, you have to just have it in your head that there's enough room for everybody. You're not
Yeah.
competing.
That's
Everybody's
right.
your colleague.
It's an open market to some degree. There's
Yes,
just
I mean, there's
unlimited.
so many.
It is unlimited resources
Yes.
that we have. We just have to organize them and strategize them.
Yes.
And folks just sometimes don't like to play.
Yeah,
that game.
and people, and I mean, I can't take on every client. I need more
Right,
med
that's
spas,
right.
right? So, no, I don't see people as competition. I don't, and honestly, I don't follow other injectors either because I don't want to see you as competition.
Right.
So I just do my own thing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, if you have a thought or an interest into alchemy, the information to how to reach you is all over the
All over.
basket. Yep, all
Yeah,
over
we
the place.
have
Yep,
website,
easy to find.
Instagram.
Now, we were discussing actually, we went on a tangent. I think we were talking about New Year's resolutions. Right.
Oh.
New Year's resolutions. And it was something, health and nutrition. Yes, people like to discuss new me, new process. I'm going to make sure that I keep myself this time around. And so what I wanted to do was maybe discuss or talk about what are some ways that you can hopefully make the process last as long as possible so that you can continue all the way to next year and be successful in that strategy. What do you guys think about that? Some ways to maintain your New Year's resolution, whether it's a better diet, maybe more exercise. The gym was packed, by the way, when I've been going. It packed, like way more
Right.
packed than November, December where I've been going.
Right.
I had to wait for a machine. Somebody took my
Oh.
little stuff. Yes. So, yes, it's in the air.
Right.
What are some things that you guys do, or what are your thoughts? New Year's
Well,
resolutions.
first, you have to write it down.
Oh, yes.
You
Good one.
have to write it down.
Prioritize.
Where would you write it
Which
down?
one is my number one? Because there's a lot.
I actually have a journal that I
Okay.
keep.
Okay.
And I used to do to-do lists, and I would never finish them. So I
Okay,
just stopped
yes,
doing
the
that.
to-do
But
list.
I have a journal that I keep, and every thought I have, every goal I have, I write it down. I also put it in my notes in my phone.
Gotcha. Constant reminder.
Because
Constant
every
reminder.
now and then you'll go in your notes and you'll be like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
And it's almost like a reminder
Right.
that you had this goal.
Right.
And make your goal attainable. Like, don't have a New Year resolution that you're going to lose 300 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
is that possible? Sure. Will you do it? Probably not.
Yeah, it's in small increments. It's
Yes,
5 pounds at a
very.
time, 3 pounds at a time,
Yes.
whatever. Even I don't really see it as much as weight, more along the lines of time. How much time am I spending in things that I'm not really needing to do,
Yes.
and diet, try to maintain it, the exercise, the health, stress. Stress.
I mean, and also
How
tell
to
your
bring it down.
friends because your friends and family will keep you accountable.
Correct. So the accountability, correct. I tie it also to other people. Correct.
Yeah.
What are you doing? When are you doing it? And you have some people sometimes though, but you use that as the mechanism to if he's gonna go, I gotta go. She's gonna, I gotta go.
Have you ever heard of SMART goals? It's an acronym.
It's an
SMART.
acronym.
Yeah,
I have heard of it.
There's been studies on it that it's one of the most successful ways to stay on your goal. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and timely. So you want to go through it, and just like you said, I feel it's really important to write it down. But I think everyone is different as far as where they like to write things down. Like you said, your phone. Some people like vision boards, or like some people like to write on their mirrors. But I feel like everyone's different.
I use my computer.
Exactly. But I highly recommend, folks, if you have a goal out there that you're trying to reach, check out SMART goals, and it's very Googleable. If that's
Do
a
you
word.
need your computer for that?
Googleable. Yeah, I mean, and that way you can stay on task, hopefully.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like the most important thing is nutrition.
Nutrition.
Okay.
That's part of our bodies, our fuel. It's our constant fuel. It's the fuel that we use.
You can go kill yourself in the gym every single day, but if you're not eating right,
you're
it's just
pumping dirt into your body.
It's just going to take forever that way.
Yeah.
However, on the other side of that, if you're very strict on your diet, you get there quickly.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just about how consistent you want to be and how fast you want to get there.
Yeah. I would say a good median, a good balanced approach. A
Right.
little bit of just that and a little bit of and consistency.
Right.
2, 3, 4 times a week in the gym. Something easy, something continuous where you're moving your body, get the blood flow.
You hit it on the head. Moving your body, getting the blood flow. I honestly don't think you even have to go to the gym.
That's
right?
correct.
You
don't.
You don't.
And people have learned that these days when it comes because of COVID.
Right.
Get stuck at home, nothing to do.
Everybody got on YouTube and started doing all those
Yes.
workouts on YouTube
That is
during
correct.
quarantine.
That's correct. Yep. That's right. I'm used to working out of the house. I go to the gym for the little things that I can't do at the house.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. There's things like animal flow, like
That's right.
body
That's
weight
right. We should talk about it last
exercises, functional exercises. I mean, if you look at the way the NFL, NBA, all these professional athletes, their gyms aren't like gyms anymore. It's more balls and bands and body weight exercises and plyo boxes and so it's more about functional fitness these days. They still have the big muscle, the big weights and the big, but those are usually for linemen.
Yeah.
Right. But most people aren't the size of a lineman, right? So we want to be lean, healthy,
flexible.
I think that's a huge part of it when it
What
comes to exercise.
are some points? I have 3 or 4 that I typically talk when I'm with my family and stuff. What are some 2, 3 like flexibility? What else we got?
So I've always felt it's cardio, strength, and flexibility.
Gotcha.
Right. So those 3 things are usually the main aspects of fitness. You have other things, but they usually combine those in some sort of way. So if you're consistent with those things, cardio, strength, and flexibility, and some people spend way too much time on one versus another. Yeah, you got people who do yoga every day and just stretch. You got people who just do
yoga
cardio
also strength.
every day.
Yoga gives you some strength.
You're absolutely right. That's the benefit. That's why yoga is so amazing, because it's strength. And
what I like it is that I can get a couple of things done at the same time. Like I'm stretching my leg, and it's like, oh, I'm getting my arm too, and then
love yoga.
Yeah.
Love yoga. It's amazing. And then like you said, you like to swim. You know, things like, and that's strength with
really
cardio and flexibility. I mean, you're really pushing your body to its limits with swimming.
Sometimes I feel there's that as I'm pushing it, because I'm looking at where we're going with the time, I'm like, ooh, I'm at the edge of this one. I hope this lifeguard is paying attention.
He's not. He's 17 on his phone.
Right?
He's there actually hoping I drown or I start drowning so he can have something to do.
Record it. Put it on TikTok.
I'm like, dude, you better be watching, because
he's like, I'm trying to quit this lifeguard job.
Right all the way
Trying to make $1 million on TikTok with this guy.
Anywho, so there's one that I typically also like to add is I don't even know which one with this flexibility is core. Is the strengthening of the core, and you can do it with weights. You can stretch it, and so maintaining that part. I think it's one of my biggest things that if I don't do this, at least get my core in, get my planks, get some mountain climbers maybe. Or
I feel that's what everybody wants, guys and girls, is a flat tummy, right?
Oh, yeah.
We all want that,
Definitely.
or a little 6-pack going, or a piece of a 6-pack, anyway, 2-pack, 2-pack.
It just depends. Consistency. It's already there. You're natural body.
We all have a 6-pack.
Yeah, just like today's society and the engagement, kind of keeps you not being able to keep
I don't
moving.
know if I have a 6-pack.
No, we all do. It's just that some of us
mine's
have
hidden.
Yes, exactly. I was just about to say that. Some of us had a little more hidden than others, depending on how many tamales we have for Christmas, right?
I had
way too many. Way too many. And buñuelos.
All right, so we got New Year's resolution, nutrition, healthy, everybody moving along. Oh, yes. Something else that came up that is also very important and people ask for all the time, and it's also affecting the economy. Tax season.
Taxes.
Tax season is here.
When is that? The 24th?
24th, 25th, 26th. One of those dates at the end of January. It used to be the 15th, but things have shifted towards the right. I say towards the right, meaning towards farther away from the beginning of the year. For this particular reasons, they say a lot of times it's because they feel there could be some fraud because some documents are not due until a particular date. So before, people were filing before, nobody had those documents, and it created a lot of errors. So they pushed off that date, and now it starts the 26th. Now, people think the 26th, does that mean I get money the 27th? No. You're probably not going to get money to probably, I would say, the end of February is probably what I think. Something that just think about as you plan out your budget, and your new me is starting to get into those, good exercises for the summer. And where that money is going to come from is the tax season. Now, some things that we had last year were some folks that made a couple of errors, okay? And these little errors were in the inputs on some of the credits that they had the year before. COVID came and it freaking changed the whole game with regards to money, who gets money when. And so those little credits and that money is tied to your tax refund. They gave people money ahead of time, and then money for different reasons. And for
Aren't there
different
companies that do that too? They'll give you your money ahead of time, like the next day, but they'll take a bigger cut or something like that?
Yes. There's companies that do that, but they've also delayed their process to kind of match the guidelines.
Wow.
And they also limit. They'll give you $500 and they go, hey, we'll give you $500 and we're going to charge you $700.
Wow.
Or whatever, some amount. That will give you this much where they can't take too much of the risk, right?
But people obviously will do it, otherwise they wouldn't be offering it.
There's a demand. They're asking for it. Christmas, because Christmas comes. And what do people love doing during Christmas? That's right, it's Christmas.
Shopping.
So it's just kind of the cycle. And before, keep
I was talking about making it rain, but
yeah, that's right.
that's what I did at Christmas time. I don't know about y'all.
Not us, man. We were in lockdown. COVID locked us down.
That's right.
So having all those forms shift and all those inputs shift, and if you're off by like one digit, it's going to create delays. Okay, so this is very important for this tax season for you to pay attention to this episode. And actually, this is the first episode. There's many firsts on this episode. Okay, so the first one is we have our third personal guest, Heidi.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
All right, so that's cool. We overcame that challenge. It took a while to figure out who's going to sit where. And then
That took a while.
Yeah, and then we had Jacinto recurring, right? Come back, yes. All right, so now we have some pattern. We're going things along. And then on top of that, what else? There's one more thing. No computer. Oh, man, we changed a lot. This one is definitely shifting. I hope in the right direction.
Yes.
I hope
I
in the
like
right
this.
direction. All right, cool. And
Appreciate that feedback too.
So
Keep
yeah,
it coming, guys.
Oh, cool. So this one, we made it so that folks could not watch this episode unless they subscribe to the channel, specifically so they could get the information for the tax season. Okay, so they say, hey, if you want this information for tax season, make sure that you click here and then subscribe to watch, right? And so the information is this: don't file your taxes until you have these values of exactly how much you got. Meaning, if you had third stimulus payment and you received money, there's ways for you to get it. The actual exact number, not what you think you got in the bank account, because maybe they mailed you a second check and you didn't even know, right? Maybe because it could happen, right? You don't know.
Got lost in the mail or something.
I'm just saying, before you file, if you don't want your check to be delayed, I would follow these descriptions that are down below. There's some descriptions, there's some instructions there. Follow those little steps to get your numbers. There's letters that are going to be sent. Don't file before those letters. Or if you go on the website, on the IRS website, where you can kind of log in and look at your stuff, it's an identity verification process.
Okay.
If you can't do all this, if you can't figure it out because it's too much technology, it's taking too long, there's a membership available that you can activate also. There's going to be a link down below. Take a look at all that information. Clickety-click. We solve the problems. That's what we're here for. Save people time and money.
How much of a delay are we talking about if someone
months, 6, 7, 8 months of nobody picking up the phone and not being able to get appointments?
That's huge, folks. That's a big difference.
It's a nightmare last year because the issue was that the stimulus from last year that you had to put in there how much you got, because if you did not put it on there, we assume, so do you want your money now? Oh yes, I want it, but you already got it. You just didn't tell us.
Right.
And isn't the IRS delaying things right now because they're having the same problem that every company in the United States is having, which is problems with their employees and people having COVID and having enough staffing?
So you want it to be where your input, whenever you send, is 100% accurate, because essentially the IRS system is going to be managing your return. The moment that is not in the IRS system, then it goes to the back of the line of the person that's not there.
So we'd rather have the computer just see zeros
well,
and
you know what I
ones.
mean? Yes.
Push it through.
Type it in. You want to make sure that you're accurate and that you check it a couple of times before. That's one of the
huge.
reasons why we go, okay, well, do you have a second person check what you added just in case?
Right.
Right.
So we typically, whenever we do taxes, we have one person check it, one person input it, then the taxpayer checks it one more time, and then we do the signature.
Then y'all sign off on it?
At the very end after she's been checked like 3
so
or
it's
4
like,
times.
wow, that's beautiful. Okay.
All right, so that's with regards to taxes. Taxes is coming up. It's going to create a whole bunch of situations that we've never seen before. But it is also a season where they've given up the most credits. Taxes are not lower, it's just credits have shifted for people that have kids, for people that have families, for some businesses, depending on the nature of the businesses.
Isn't there one for someone if you had someone, you were taking care of someone with COVID? There's
Yes,
a
that's
deduction
correct.
for
If
that
you are
too?
self-employed and you took care of somebody, one of your family members had COVID and you had to take care of them, there's a provision in there
See,
for you.
there's so
correct?
many in there that we don't even know
Yes,
about.
you should. And people don't ask because they're so just used to keep going.
Right. Well, let me just tell you why, as a business owner, I realize why someone like you is valuable, because I can do my own taxes, right? And my first year in business, I did my own taxes. I did, and it's easy: labor, office fees, supplies,
Yes.
Rent.
Yes.
I put it all out. This is how much I made. This is what the business made. Great. Got some money back. Wonderful. But you know what I didn't get? Any credits, because I didn't know anything. Right. So I can do my own, but I don't know that I can get a percentage back for this. I can get travel expenses. I can get a percentage back for my home because I have an office there. Like, these things I had no idea. Are my taxes correct? Of course. I added
The
everything
IRS is
up.
not going to call you back and be like,
The
hey,
IRS
you
is
missed
not gonna
it.
tell
You
me.
missed this credit.
You missed some money.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You
did
missed
I
it.
miss out on some
But-
money?
but Robert will.
Probably.
We'll
But that's why
review the whole
someone like
thing.
you is valuable to someone like me, because I don't know these things. I just know to add and subtract, and there's my number, and the IRS probably would love for me to keep doing my taxes.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, wonderful. So now we've talked about everything that we had in the lineup, I believe, which was we wanted to update everybody about the taxes. We wanted to discuss and meet and introduce Heidi, our first woman live person.
Shout out to the ladies.
Woman live person. I love
Is there
it.
a woman non-live person
Yes,
around here?
yes, we have. Bum, bum.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm not going to comment on that. I really want to, though. I really want to.
There is
I'm gonna look
non-live
around
woman that
after
we've had in the
this.
show. Pow! You need to watch it. You see? You haven't been
There's
watching
a lot
Heidi.
of doors before this one, okay?
Multiple layers.
Multiple.
So a lot of things have happened in this episode. We appreciate everybody that's come watching. At this time, I have no idea because we took away my computer what time it is, how long we've been, how much longer we have on the episode to this. Okay. Does that mean we have 4 minutes and 20 seconds, or we are at minute 42? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, man, we got time.
Oh, we got time.
We went through it too
Let's
fast.
talk some more.
Oh, Bob Saget.
We'll get a clock.
I heard a Bob Saget
Bob
passed away. I mean, I said it like this, but I just
Yeah.
remember it, man.
Rest in peace, Bob.
Rest in peace,
Poor
Bob.
Bob.
Heidi, how do you feel about
Yeah.
Bob, Heidi?
Yeah, tell me. Sure.
I mean, he was everybody's dad, right?
Right.
He was everybody's daddy.
Right.
I mean, Full
Sure was.
House, like,
Did you watch Full House from the beginning, all of
from
that?
the beginning.
TGIFs, remember those?
Yeah.
We used to watch those.
TGIFs.
Family Matters,
Yeah.
all
He
those
was
shows.
like the
Nasty Virgo,
symbolic
all those shows.
dad, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody
That's
compared
right,
their,
Friday.
like, would Bob Saget do that, dad? No. So,
right.
that was everyone's dad.
Yes.
That show, I think, had so much value in itself.
Yes.
Whenever, and one of the things that I noticed, I didn't notice until later when I watched other shows, was that I think on the show they always had like a resolution. They always had like a problem, and in the end everybody was like happy, and I was like,
They always
"Ah."
did the whole, I learned something today.
Is that right? Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Where there was like problems, this and that, and in the end a nice little resolution for you.
Problem solving.
Yes,
Love it.
Early on.
So and he was a long time comedian. He did a bunch of
Huge.
things all over the place.
I actually have a personal story about Bob.
I was curious because you lived in California for a while.
Right. And I'm a comedian, and I've
Right,
been in the
correct, you're
circuit
a
for a
comedian.
while.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I actually got to meet Bob Saget. So technically...
How long ago?
Oh, man. About 12 years ago.
Oh, okay. So
About 10 years ago.
Okay.
At the Houston Improv.
Oh, he into town
Here in
Oh,
Houston.
Okay,
He was
came to town.
performing. And I was a young comedian.
Yeah.
And I got to meet him. And so here's the thing. Technically, I opened for Bob Saget.
Oh,
I'm gonna put this on my resume.
Yeah.
Because I
You-
technically did. Because
yeah.
here's what happened.
You haven't put it in
No,
your resume?
Well, I'm about to now because
Okay.
I'm just like
It's
inspired.
10 years. I've made my decision.
Especially because he's gone now, and he
Now
can't
you
verify it. Boom, and he can't either. Right?
I was funny.
So here's what happened.
First, Bob Saget.
Exactly.
My
So
manager was Bob Saget.
I was on Full House one time. No, I'm kidding.
They didn't take me. I just didn't make it in the cut.
No, me and Michelle are dating. I'm kidding. So
So here the improv.
Yeah, so he was, so I performed, then he got there, and then they put him on, like he just showed up.
Oh, he just showed up and said, I don't care about nobody else.
I wasn't there
You
to open.
accidentally
I
opened it.
accidentally
Yeah.
opened. I'm sitting in the audience,
Yeah.
and then he goes up, and I'm like, whoa, I just opened for Bob Saget. But I didn't, you know.
It's okay.
So anyways.
Put a little star in the
yes,
resume.
I'm on that.
That's all it is.
Oh,
a little star
like
in
the
the
Hall of
resume.
Fame, like the
You
Baseball
look
Hall of
up,
Fame, the star.
Open for Bob Saget, star.
Star.
Love it.
There you go.
I got to meet him backstage. The most coolest, calmest, respectful man
really? Wow.
I've ever met in
Ever
my life.
met?
Ever. I mean, even my dad's not like that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Okay,
by
wow.
far.
Super
And
nice.
here's the interesting part of the story. He is also the most
Wow.
disgusting
Disgusting
comedian
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've ever heard in my
Oh,
life.
really? Oh, he curses a
dirty.
lot?
Cursing
Okay.
is cursing is like the buzzing of flies to me.
Oh, yeah.
He was like raunchy,
Oh, I
gross,
gotcha. He dug
I've
deep.
heard this.
I dug deep.
intentionally just. I feel like some comedians, like, they do that. They're like shock comedians. They
Yeah.
don't even want you to laugh. They just
Yeah.
want to get a rise out
Yeah,
of you.
yeah,
Be
yeah.
like, oh my god.
I'm here to get emotion.
Yes.
I don't care
Right.
what emotion. You're not gonna
Laugh
laugh
if you want.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get emotions out of this, one or the other. And so he was just so gross, and that's why I loved it. It was so like it was so blowing my mind. Like
Yeah.
here is Danny Tanner, who we've seen on TV and we
Right.
expect, and then it's Bob Saget, the comedian, who's like the opposite of Danny Tanner. It was so entertaining for me on so many different levels.
Gotcha. How fun. How exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never met Bob Saget, but I've seen all of the Full House things. I was when I saw it, I thought there was only one time when I saw him curse, and that was I think on. Did he do the movie with Dave Chappelle, I believe, where he goes to counseling?
Oh my God! Yes, that's one of my favorite scenes of
Is
all
that right?
time.
When he's like a junkie.
It's called Half Baked.
That's the one. He's like a half junk, and I remember seeing that scene. And then at that point,
May I reenact the scene?
sure.
I have it memorized.
Oh,
Please do.
sure.
Please
Why not?
do.
So it's if y'all remember the original Real World, there was a guy named David on it.
Okay.
He's a black guy. He's a comedian.
Okay.
And he got kicked off the Real World because he was trying to take this girl's
Yes,
remember
the
that?
blanket off of
The blanket
her.
off of her.
Tammy.
Oh, okay.
Tammy. Boom.
Yes.
Oh wow!
So,
Wow! Look
yeah,
at it. It's
David
so,
Tammy. I still
Wow,
remember those
these
names.
guys are knowledgeable.
So David is in this scene.
Okay.
So the scene is Dave Chappelle is at a Alcoholics Anonymous, Drugs
right.
Anonymous place, and he's at the podium and he's giving his speech, and it's the whole, "Hello, my name is Dave," and everyone goes, "Hi, Dave," you know, that whole thing. And he says, "I'm here because I'm addicted to marijuana." And everybody starts booing and throwing stuff at him. And Bob Saget stands up and says, "Marijuana? That's not a drug. I used to suck D for Coke. You ever
Oh.
suck D for some marijuana?" And Dave Chappelle goes, no. But when Bob Saget says, "You ever suck? I used to suck D for Coke," David stands up from the back and goes, "I seen him." The funniest part of that is Bob Saget. I heard him on stage at the Improv
Yes.
say that scene.
Oh, no kidding.
He literally was like, and my favorite part of that is David behind me going, "I seen him." Oh my! He
That's
said
right.
he ad-libbed that.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna say,
totally
he probably
ad-libbed
ad-libbed
that.
it. I
He's
love
like,
it.
"I used to suck D for Coke. I seen him." Like, oh god, that's so funny.
That's
Best
good.
part, and wasn't even written in the script.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. That's what makes things better.
Exactly.
All right, so we got Bob Saget passed away. It's yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
sir.
Mr. Bob Saget. What else was there? What else is in Houston happening? The marathon.
it's
The
January.
Marathon. It's January. The
Marathon
marathon. Who is doing the marathon? It's this weekend. It's
Not
coming
me.
up. Are
me.
you? Have you anybody ever done a marathon? Like a full blown
I
marathon?
have.
26 points. You have done a
Yeah.
marathon? No, no.
Have you?
I've
How
done
about a half?
I've done like the
Little
5K?
runs, the 5, yeah,
That's
small
really
runs.
like 3.
I've done a half. I've done a few triathlons, also
Whoa.
to the half points. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Triathlons are hard.
They're tough, but you know, I like the challenge. I like the challenge of the adventure of swimming.
Have you ever done an
That's
Ironman?
hard.
Would you do an Ironman?
I've done a half Ironman. If you look up my name and you put Ironman, you're gonna find me at the very last spot.
Google it.
The last person
At the
that
very,
ran it.
almost the last. Oh, if I made it.
Hey.
and
But
you
got
made it.
Yeah, that's
As
right. I
long as
finished
you
it.
finished.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I finished it
That's
up.
what she said.
Google it. You know, recently I saw on the news that there was a guy with Down syndrome
Okay.
who did an Ironman.
Okay, a full one.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
They made
that's
it
impressive.
huge.
Yeah.
They made a documentary on ESPN about it.
Gotcha,
and,
gotcha.
And it's so inspiring. I mean,
Gotcha.
and he wanted to quit many times.
Gotcha.
In the marathon.
Of course. And then, so
And
what?
he had his trainer with him,
Keep it going.
just yelling at him.
Yeah, yeah, keep it going, keep it going.
Yeah.
So some people will be like,
Good
oh
for
yeah, but
him.
it's
if a
sometimes
guy with
it's a
Down
push.
syndrome can do it, folks.
Aw,
Yeah.
man.
You know?
You could,
I
and then you
gotta
don't have to
start
run the
running.
full thing. You don't
I
have to
gotta
run.
take up running now.
No, I couldn't even do it. My knees.
Yeah, I'm
So
too
I go
old for
swimming
that
all
now.
the time. You know, swimming is the right sport for
Swimming's
me.
good for
yeah,
your
or short distance run. Those are always exciting. You don't have to do the full 26 if you don't have to. But you know what?
Why would you ever have to?
Some people just do it. You know
Be
what?
chased by a dog
There's
for
knowledge.
26 miles.
There's
Right? Can you
knowledge
get
in
somebody
this
with
one.
a knife behind me,
maybe.
then I'll go.
Do we know? Do people know? I don't know if people know which is the mammal that can run for the longest time, for the longest distance,
Ooh.
for the longest distance. And this, I mean, I
know?
completely be wrong.
We're not-
I
we're not
hope I
talking
know. I'm
the
about to
cheetah,
answer it.
right?
No, she has a fast
No,
one.
Longest
fastest.
distance.
But
Yes,
distance.
mammals, correct.
Oh.
Move the longest distance, correct. Oh, if I get this right, it'll be awesome. I'm
Is
just
it
gonna
a-
say it.
is
I'm
it
not
a-
gonna prison it.
Is it a human?
Are we gonna verify
it's yes, it's humans.
Yeah!
It's all humans. Right.
Oh.
Look at that. Wow.
What do I win?
Figure out the answer
I'm gonna-
of the one
I'll
thing
win
we're
this
talking
bottle of
about.
water
Here
right
was
here.
the empty one. Yes, and it's because we used to hunt. And so we would chase the animals at a slow pace until the animal got tired, and then we'll get that animal down.
Wow.
So we're long distance, slow pace kind of movers. And that's how we
Interesting.
migrated in that kind of little situation. I mean,
That's
that's the
true.
way I appreciate that situation with regards to why or why
You know
not.
what? I appreciate running so much more now.
Well, and that's what people want to do it because it's in there. They did it for so long that it's in your DNA,
Yeah.
your genes to be like, I'm just gonna go run. But you're missing the spear and the animal and everything else that goes with along with that stuff.
Now, did you do the half marathon in Houston?
It was in Austin. It was Austin. Yeah,
That's
Half
hilly.
Marathon.
Okay, I have a
it was,
question for
and it
you.
surprised me. Yeah, it was hilly.
Did you ever get runner's diarrhea?
I do not think that I have because if you have to have it while you're in a marathon,
Apparently you don't feel
then,
it.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah,
It just
comes
feels like
out.
sweat.
Just seeps
It just
out?
feels like sweat. Okay, so
Oh
then
my
no, I
God,
definitely, I
dude.
think, I
I've
believe
never
I
even
have
heard of
felt
that.
every time that that has happened. You know,
If you
when I-
happen to, it's Googleable. If
Googleable.
you happen to Google it, like you'll
if
see
Google starts
marathon
blocking,
runners with stuff.
I'm gonna be worried.
I know, we're gonna
Well,
get
the only
censored.
thing I ever saw that was intense was bloody nipples.
Oh, okay.
Lots
Is that a movie?
of them.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's a horror movie.
Oh, what kind of movie?
Horror.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a thing. Guys and girls, if they don't put a Band-Aid on,
Yes.
from the
Yes.
the running for 26
Yes.
miles,
That does happen.
it causes that
It's
friction,
chase,
and
yes.
you'll see people at the end of the
With-
line,
yeah,
just
dripping.
blood.
It does
from
happen.
their nipples.
Oh, I
It
thought it
does
was.
happen.
I thought it was about to get exciting.
No, next time.
Next time.
We're still talking about running.
Yes, still running.
Tangents.
But it was hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard doing the Houston Marathon.
Oh, yeah, you did the Houston one.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
see.
mean, because of the concrete.
Yes, it's hard. Yes, makes it more
God,
difficult.
I mean,
So
I was
bad.
And it's in
struggling.
downtown, kind of takes you to Galleria.
It
goes
goes
all the way
all
around.
through the pretty much all the nice places
And
in
you
Houston.
probably can't walk the next
Oh,
day.
right. So think about that in traffic. You're gonna get stuck in traffic if you're running in the morning on Saturday.
Oh, I
folks.
know.
Yeah, that's
Traffic
the
hour
my
at the
house.
Premium Advantage, baby. Bam,
right.
save you some time.
That's right. We're gonna be out there handing coffee to
Yeah,
people. in
we're
traffic.
we have plans actually. I don't think I considered this marathon in my little driving scenes.
Yeah, but the only thing that was helpful, and folks, if you have the opportunity, please go out there and support the runners with music and
Yes, they need it.
noises and yelling. Like you see them going by, just. But I swear, in here, we're hearing you, we're feeling you, and it's
Keep
helping us go.
going.
It really does help.
So did you say you're going this time around?
No.
Oh,
heck
okay,
no.
okay, gotcha.
No,
Okay.
I'm a retired athlete.
I will go.
I like to bike now because it doesn't hurt my joints.
Yes,
nice.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll be at the marathon this morning. I hope. Kofi's gonna be there. He's been training with him for a while.
Oh.
He's been yes. So the gentleman that did the NASA episode, he's a NASA engineer. He's gonna be doing it on Saturday.
Are you gonna be holding
I'm
signs?
not probably just gonna go pat him on the back and we'll say what's up. And depending on where he's
pat him
at,
on the butt as he goes.
it depends. I don't know how fast he's gonna be. Hey,
Oh, be careful.
I missed.
Well,
Oh,
just
hey,
be
turn
careful.
around.
Remember, runner's diarrhea.
Yeah.
Don't pat him too low.
That is so trippy. I had no idea.
I'm not gonna pat him at all.
Might just
Nobody's gonna pay. Hey.
might just trigger some sort of reaction, you know?
Yeah, you just never know.
Let me, yeah. Okay. So the marathon is going on. I think that was it with regards to my notes. Where are we at with the minutes? 5 minutes. Gotcha. What else we got? What else is going on in Houston that you guys want to bring up or talk about?
But can we just talk about how exciting
Sure.
Houston is becoming?
It is.
Like, it's just becoming that city. There's so many things opening.
All the time.
like Uptown, Post Oak
Midtown has so many
Boulevard,
great restaurants.
Midtown.
Edo has this nice restaurant. It's this barbecue
Yes.
place.
Oh, what's it called? I've been there.
Yes, it's barbecue. M&D barbecue, MT barbecue, M&T bar barbecue.
Okay.
It's Edo. It's new. I'll put it in the descriptions bar down
Okay,
below.
great.
Yeah, I love. The only thing I don't like about Edo places is parking.
This one has good parking.
Oh, this
believe it
one's
or not.
great. Yeah, they have their own parking.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We
area.
actually want to
Yeah.
talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Talk
But
to the
this
manager.
is becoming like a problem everywhere, though.
Talk to the manager to mention to him that we're looking for sponsors.
Oh,
because we thought that a
nice.
new place would be interested in potentially
This
sponsor.
table is perfect, I think, for like barbecue.
I think,
Right?
imagine this
Throwing that
podcast.
out there.
Oh, it would be delicious to start eating this barbecue right here. Man,
be
so
good.
if you're watching this episode, General Manager, and you like what you see,
I
like how
like
you said that.
brisket.
just so you know, sponsorships are available.
But you're absolutely right. Even the comedy scene is something that's amazing in Houston.
Correct.
Everything.
Correct.
Everything is really. I mean, all these exhibits and art exhibits, museums.
I just learned the museum is
fascinating.
one of the museums is free on Thursdays.
What?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes,
The,
it's-
the History Museum. They're all
Really?
history,
I
right?
think all the museums
natural-
are
the
free,
big ones.
like
Yes,
one
yes.
day.
Yes.
Or
That's
something.
cool.
But there's a place opening up in the gallery for you social media people.
Social media,
It
that's right.
is a selfie museum.
Oh.
It's like different
I know
rooms,
those. I know those.
And you just go take selfies in them.
They have one in
It's gonna
Monterey.
be
You
in
take
the
picture
Galleria.
and the picture comes up? Or how does this
No,
work?
well,
I don't know
you-
how it
you can
works
just make them and then
exactly,
you-
but
you
each
can-
new for me.
room-
And then you can post them wherever you want.
Yeah, but
after.
each
really?
room is like aesthetically pleasing
Right.
to the
Oh,
eye.
gotcha. So you can go there and say, I'm here. Take a-
Yes.
oh, how intriguing. How
amazing.
fun.
Yeah, I've been to one in Monterey, California.
Oh, you
and-
experienced
Yeah,
this.
I've been to one, and it was the one I remember. I was intoxicated, so I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Nice. I would like to see those
But
selfies.
those are
That's
funny.
how we like to go, is
Hilarious.
intoxicated.
Of course. But the room was pink and with like colors everywhere, and there was a white unicorn that you can like sit on.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
can
Did you
take-
sit on the unicorn?
I did. I did. I was on a date, so I was kind of like pressured into it. I didn't want
I'll do whatever you want to.
Yes, anything
Whatever
Sit in
you
the
want.
unicorn. Fine.
Smile. Smile harder.
Whatever you need to get the job done.
It
right.
worked. Float
Yeah.
that boat.
You are ride or die. I see.
I am. 100%.
Yeah.
We walked in, unicorn, big wall.
Went to a
I've done worse.
museum.
I've done worse.
We
Bring the
did a
unicorn over here.
picnic, like the whole nine.
Oh,
like it.
where is she now?
I don't even know.
California.
Shout out.
DM him. Slide in his
don't DM me.
DMs. Oh, don't DM him.
Jacinto.
Great.
Do you remember the unicorn? That
Yes.
was
Oh
me.
my God. That was But there's a selfie. It's not a museum, but it's like the selfie shop or something, and it's right there by the Edwards Theater.
Oh.
On I-10.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's-
the
Yeah,
there's
by
a
the
comic place too.
there's the Improv is there.
Yes, the
Dave
Improv
and
is-
Buster's
yes,
is there.
yes, a good
and
place
it's
to
right
go.
by Dave and Buster's. There's like it's like a store where they do selfies there. They were closed when I walked by. I wanted to kind of peek in there and see what they had because
gotcha.
I'm familiar with the
That's
unicorn from Monterey.
Selfie store in Galleria, barbecue places, comedy situations.
Lots of comedy.
A lot
of restaurants
How do you keep up with all this? How do you
Music,
keep up? How do you
too.
keep up? How do you do all this? Like, yes, I know, but I don't have time. I got this and that. And
Listen, you have to get yourself a good single friend.
that's right. That's right.
I
That
go
goes
out all the time.
That's right. You know all
I
the
go
good
to
spots.
restaurants.
Every
Awesome.
time I hear, oh, Heidi told us we go. Oh, Heidi's what? Where? No, Heidi knows where we're going. Heidi, no.
Yeah,
Right,
you need
don't-
to get a single friend.
Yes, that's
who-
right. And then just let them order for you. Go, hey, what
Yes,
is it? No, just
right.
order everything. I'm here to enjoy your normal single environment. Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
As a matter of fact, we went to the barbecue that you took me to. That I was like,
See?
oh, this
Are
is
you
a nice
single?
place.
I am.
See,
Yes.
did I say get you a
That's
single
right,
friend?
that's
They
right,
know.
that's right.
They
Yeah,
know
no, I
everything.
do.
Right, you did.
I
We
do.
do because we go out.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't. We don't have a reason to stay at home and
Gotcha.
what
gotcha.
you guys do.
I gotcha. I like to
Hashtag
go out
single
places,
life.
but the thing is,
Boring.
it's just like, who's gonna eat what? Who's gonna? You know what? You know
Yeah,
what? Let's just go
no.
back to the same place where everybody ate.
Yeah.
I love that though, because you ever go on a vacation with a whole bunch of people, and it's like everything is a committee decision.
Yeah.
Like, hey
Yeah.
guys, where does everyone want to eat right now? Can't do this. Can't do this. Okay. What are we gonna do after that? And everybody's like, well, I don't know. And then you just like, it's
Yes.
so much better to be on vacation sometimes by yourself.
Yes.
Because you
For
can
sure.
just do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
it's
have a
kind of
new
the same
rule
mentality.
where we don't sit at tables with more than 5 people because even if you have 8 friends with you, it ends up being 2 different tables.
Ooh, I like
with,
that.
with conversations, right? So there's no point for all of us to sit together.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
If you have 5, it's like
Yeah,
usually
cut
a
it up.
round table. You
Yeah.
can all talk to each other.
So what's your
Right.
number 4? Is the limit for the per group?
Yes.
Or 5?
So 5 total.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
usually you're in a round table.
Yes, when you're
But
too far away, you
anything
can't talk to those people far
I'm
away.
just going to talk to people across from
Yeah,
me, and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to talk to people across from
Yeah, yeah,
them.
that's a good point.
So it's two different conversations all the time.
Yeah,
So
I like it.
if we're going to go out, we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Okay. Not worry about, hey, I want to talk to such and such over
What
there.
did you say?
Yeah, what, huh?
Who is he? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think we have reached our time limit with regards to the studio and everybody else's timeline because we started about 25 minutes late.
Man, time flies when you're having
It
fun.
does. It does. It goes by quick. And then now I
had
got a
lot
bunch of things.
Fun.
This is cool.
And I didn't curse one time.
That's right. Oh, you didn't? Oh,
Wait,
okay.
is tits a cuss
shit.
word?
I
Even
didn't
he
curse
didn't do
one
it. Even he
time.
didn't
I
do it.
didn't.
He did a scene.
I
No,
did
he didn't. That's right.
Is tits a curse word?
Come on. That's about pushing that gray line.
Yeah.
don't know.
That's, yeah.
It's like,
No.
my mom always said, can you say it in church? That's how you
Yes.
know if it's a curse word.
Jesus had tits.
Nice. I think that's the perfect way to end the episode right there. We can
Oh,
make
we
that
talk
a
about
t-shirt.
next episode. We're supposed to
Let's
talk
make that a
about the
t-shirt.
next episode. This
Jesus
is why we
had
need the
tits.
computer. This is why we need the computer. It keeps everybody in line. This tension.
Nice.
The next episode.
That's what we call in the industry as a callback in comedy. When you pull back a joke from earlier. Give me some, please.
there you go.
That was beautiful.
I learned fast.
Nice.
Nutrition. Oh, so we have two
Yes.
for the next episode. We have two new things. We have international commentators, international sports commentators, and we're gonna have some information with regards to nutrition. Potentially also include a little bit more information on tax strategies and things of that nature. So we got nutrition, tax strategies, beautification,
International sports.
international sports. That's
Ooh.
right. All
Are
of
we
it.
having
here.
international sports players?
Potentially,
Oh.
if they're interested in flying down here.
I might want to come back for
Fly
that.
down.
Okay, fly down. If you're watching this episode and you're international and you're like, where are you? We talked about the whole city this whole time. Come on, you know where we're at.
It's good. It's a good place.
Hope you guys have a wonderful evening or a good morning, depending on when your episode. Today is January 13th, 2022. Signing out.